I can't believe it's already been a month.
All right, we are doing an update video. As you can see, I have our mealworm tray out. This is the original mealworm tray that I put the 1,000 mealworms in that we had purchased to start our mealworm breeding trays for our chickens. As you can see, we have some dead ones in here. That's what these black ones are. If they're black, they're dead. I just put in some fresh carrots so they will be able to use the carrot for their moisture intake that they need. As you can see, there's still several worms. And they're still turning into pupa. So this is a brand new pupa, and you can tell because its color is very milky white. So I'm just going to toss it in our pupa box. I'll show you that in a minute. Every couple days I've been going through the box and making sure that the pupa go into the pupa box so that whenever they turn into beetles, we don't have beetles in with the mealworms. It doesn't look like any of these mealworms have recently shed, but you can see a ton of shed. And this is exoskeleton shed right here. There's some sheds right there on my hand. Exoskeleton sheds, which means the outer layer of the bug is an exoskeleton. So that's what you're seeing. So they are not all fully in the pupae stage, which means that they were not all hatched at quite the same moment, but they are getting there. Then once they're in the pupae stage, I put them in this box. And in this box, you can see all the different levels of pupae. So this is a brand new pupae. This one is just about ready to become a beetle, and you can tell because those are the beetle legs. That's really dark right there, and it looks like its eyes are right there. Then this one is in the process of hatching out as a beetle from a pupae. It literally looks just like the other one that was there not even a minute ago. So that's going to be a full beetle here in a second. And this is what a newly hatched beetle looks like after it shed its exoskeleton all the way. You can see how it's white. It's that same milky white that a beetle pupae has. So whenever we get the beetle, I put them in the beetle tray. In the beetle tray, I filled up with oatmeal now. And then like here is a full-grown beetle that's not brand new. So these beetles look a little brown in color. We have multiple beetles in here. You can only see a few so far. But whenever they start breeding, they'll lay their eggs and it'll go through the mesh, like whenever the mesh that was in the other video, and it'll go down into that fresh, clean oatmeal bed for the eggs. And so every few days, every couple days really, I'll trade out, and then we'll have those brand new mealworms. All right, here I went ahead and grabbed out some things that were transforming in front of us. So this is a mealworm that's turning into a pupae right now. So this is the mealworm exoskeleton. So I'll just go ahead and put that back in the mealworm container. This is a pupae that is working on breaking free of its pupae exoskeleton and being a beetle. So this one will go in with the beetles, and then this one is a little more advanced stage of that. You can see where the beetle legs are already out, and I can grab onto my finger, and just has a little bit of the exoskeleton still on it that needs to come off, but that one will be going in the beetle tray as well.
Here we are with the seedlings. I'm kind of updating you on what's going on with those.
So I actually pull this up a little bit. Need it to be up so I can move the greenhouse lids. So I've decided that I'm not going to use the greenhouse lids for either one of these anymore. I went ahead and re-watered. I have to water these pretty regularly, like every other day, because the greenhouse lid wasn't on them well, so they weren't staying moist. And so I started putting water so that they can like bottom water if they need to. And they're like their root system is hardly there, so they're not going to bottom water for a while, but it does help keep the moisture in the soil. And then these I went ahead and re-watered as well. You can see that these are doing a little bit better overall than these, and that's because there's a better mixture of soil in this. This is just topsoil, and I actually did go ahead and buy things this weekend to help make topsoil more like potting soil, so that will be in an upcoming video. But for now, I need to get my light. My light needs to go down to as close to the seedlings as possible. So I'm going to go ahead and undo what I just did so I could get my lids off. And okay, so now it's as close to the seedlings on this side as possible, and I need to do the same thing over here. And now it's as low as they can be to the seedlings, and that helps to prevent legginess. I can't go any lower or else it's going to be touching. Like, there's only maybe an inch of room between the light bulb and the container that the seedlings are in. And so as you can see, there are some that need to be really thinned out, and I will go ahead and do that here in a little while. I want to give them enough time to develop better root systems. But the celery is looking pretty good. You can see that some of the celery seeds, can you see that? Yeah, you can. So the light is on this side of these celery seeds, so they're growing towards the light, and that's typical of plants. That's why they're leaning like that and not straight up. These plants are actually leaning slightly towards the light this way. These are a good show of that. See how they're leaning? But then the ones in the middle are going just straight up because they just want to be as close to the light as possible. So we will see how they do here in another couple weeks. And very soon I will have another video of us planting more seeds, preparing other crops besides celery. Celery is one of the first ones that needs to be planted because it takes so long to germinate and to produce a crop. So that is why we've already planted those and started those seedlings. I can't believe it's already been a month, really, since we've started working to get the homestead exactly where it needs to be. Some things I've learned this month are chicks are expensive, honestly. It would be much better whenever we actually have hens and roosters to incubate our own eggs. I guess the thing that I like the least about this past month, is the fact that everything that we want to do has to wait because it's too cold in January really to do anything. And I'm feeling a little impatient and a little antsy, like I want to get things done. So I'm excited for the warmer weather that is this whole week compared to the last couple weeks. This past month wasn't too bad as far as getting things done. We managed to research, prepare for, and order chicks. We planned out our garden and exactly what we're going to do with the whole homestead this month at the very beginning of January. We ordered seeds. We've picked up branches that have fallen over winter, and we have more again, but we're keeping on top of them, so that's good.
And I guess one of the more exciting things that we've done is that we've planned when we're going to start tilling and cutting down more trees and fixing up railings and all of that stuff with my mom, and priced out some of those things that we need to get done. So that's really exciting too. So this next month, that's what you can kind of expect, is a whole bunch of work on trees, preparing a little bit more for the chicks, preparing more for the garden, getting even more seeds and asparagus crowns so we can start some asparagus. All of those things are coming this next month or two, so that's what you can expect from us. And then also, of course, you can expect to see some shenanigans with the boys. I'm not really sure what he's doing way out there, but I guess we're gonna go find out. 'Cause Axel's going that way too.